My computer. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on tonight, you guys. Michelle's my special guest for tonight, so I'm excited to hear her story and also hear about her simple changes. And so we are a like-minded, health-conscious community of people who are just making simple changes, and we're very education-based, very research-based, and we have a whole network of professionals that we learn from, whether they're nurses, infectious disease doctors, OBGYNs, pediatricians, you name it. Okay, so we have a lot of education behind us from all these sources. And so I'm just going to share with you some foundational truths about better health. And sometimes this just helps keep you on track. If we start veering off the side of the road and going into the canal, we don't want to do that. So we want to stay on track because we want to have optimal health. I'm assuming everyone wants to have optimal health instead of mediocre health, minimum health. So we have some awesome tools to help you with that. And these are tools that I've used for the last 21 years. I'm now 54 and I have a lot of energy. I've been traveling up and down I-95 and the turnpike and all that, going where I used to be super run down. If I went on a drive just to 3 hours to my mom's house, I'd have to stop off the side of the road to sleep when the sun would beat on me. And also I'd always have a Kleenex in my hand. So this is just remaking your body for better health. I also used to have bumps on the backs of my arms, tops of my legs, and that really was all about nutrition. So we're going to be talking a lot about nutrition and some foundational principles. So I'm going to share my screen and take you on. Oh, I was opening all kinds of things before I got on here. Okay, here we go. Let's see, play from the start. Here we go. So our job is to inspire healthy living, and we do that by making simple changes ourselves. So we're going to share with you what we do and what we've learned. So it's not like we're perfect people, but we've been on a journey. So this is my family up at the top there, and my oldest is 22 now, and he started out developmentally delayed. And I knew nothing about nutrition. I told you my health was not good. So it's been not just getting our whole family healthy, but really helping a special needs child. So that brings in a whole lot of alternative medicine types of things that we've done and tough love and really hard work. So he's doing great. He's actually the most health conscious person in our family. He does his push-ups every day. He goes to the gym. He plays golf. He's very balanced. He is thriving. So that's what we want for our family, right? And so we try to stay out of the doctor's office. We try to stay healthy and well, and that's what we work on. So just so you guys can imagine that I did have kids, I know the struggle. So I put the kids here. We've been through it, and these tools that I'm going to share with you, I've used with these kids, and we pretty much stay out of the doctor's office, which is awesome. And we don't need or want to be a statistic. So there is heart disease, there is cancer happening, there is diabetes, obesity, all these different things. I don't know if it's affecting your family, but these are things to be aware of. And so we're going to talk about some things that are going to help that. And our children are actually more harmed by poor diet than by the combination of drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. So we're going to do a lot with diet. Okay. There's a battle going on with environmental toxins increasing, and you can see them all on here. Some of them we can control, like what we buy, what we put on our skin, what we breathe sometimes, but also there's a lot in the environment that we can't control. And these, over time, you just want to be careful how much taxing you're doing to your kidneys, your liver, stuff like that. So as much as you can, you want to detox. And what's funny is I see people wanting to detox just for like a few days, but we have solutions where you're detoxing all the time. It's not just a weekend warrior kind of thing. Food quality is decreasing. It's really in the manufacturer's best interest that things stay on the shelf longer. So they add preservatives, they add different things. They want to make the label look better, so they add vitamins. They want to make the chickens bigger, so they add growth hormones. So it's not necessarily to our benefit. So just so you know, food quality is decreasing. So that's another little battle that we're in. And then when we do buy something that's healthy, like broccoli, you'll see at the bottom, it starts to deteriorate even before you purchase it because it's picked early. Okay, it's not necessarily vine ripened. So we're gonna get to Trisha, okay, because she wants to conquer exercise. So the good news is that 10 minutes, Trisha, of brisk walking brings you 2 extra hours of energy daily. That's a good thing. I think in the morning is the best time to go exercise, like just rolling out of bed, putting your clothes on and going, having your clothes out even. And I'm sure your dog's probably making you do that anyway. But the other thing they say about exercise is do the thing that you love. So think back to like high school, think back to, when you played out in the street, what is your favorite thing? I mean, people are really going crazy over pickleball right now. They're getting really great exercise. I love racquetball, so it really makes me bring back my youth to go play these different things, and you feel great afterwards. So it's just a matter of putting it in your routine to make sure you move your body, because it really gives you more brain power, more energy, everything. Makes you actually do more housework when you get home if you've actually gone and exercised. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours is important. That's when your body rejuvenates. That's when certain hormones come out. But a lot of times we pride ourselves in, oh, I only got this many hours of sleep, but it's important. And you can even take little naps, and that gives you even more energy later, too. Managing stress. This is a stressful time. And so, it's kind of a silent killer. So we just have to do things for self-care. There's a lot more posts about stuff like that on social media. You have to ask yourself, am I doing things that bring me joy, bring me self-care? We've got to do those things to manage our stress and not get caught up in drama, which sometimes is hard. And then drinking more water. Half our body weight in ounces is how much we're supposed to drink a day. More if we're exercising or out in the hot sun, things like that. So drinking water is how you hydrate your cells, how you detox. That's one of your detox things, okay? Using safer products that will help you to not have as many toxins going on your skin. And then eating real food. That's where we're really going to dive in. That's what our community is really all about. And we have Facebook groups, things like that. We're going to make sure you're invited to. Experts agree that most diseases are preventable with good nutrition. If you went to Barnes and Noble, you'd find a whole section where it says reversing heart disease, reversing thyroid, reversing, you name it. Okay. So just know that there's a lot you can do, that you are in control. You don't have to be a victim, that you can take control of your health. And a lot of it is fruits and vegetables. That is the foundation of better health. So we need 7 if we're a child servings, okay? And that's hard to even get a child to eat 7 servings every day, but that is the minimum in America. There's minimums all over the world. They're all about the same. And then a minimum for men, 13 if they exercise, okay? Because what happens is we're creating more oxidative stress, which we'll talk about in a second. They need even more servings. Now, this is a minimum. So what do you want to eat if you don't want minimum health? You want to eat more than that, 7 to 13. So that's a problem, right? Because statistically, we're eating like 2 servings a day, okay? Why so many produce is picked early? It's transported thousands of miles. Even when it comes, sometimes they irradiate it. They do different things. There's herbicides, pesticides, all these different things. We buy the same ones all the time, and we don't necessarily get the variety from the rainbow. The blues, the purples, the reds, the greens, the orange, all the different colors. They all do different things. Okay, so I mentioned oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is something you have because you're breathing. Okay, we have metabolic processes going on, but we're thinking about the mall, right? Or Starbucks or whatever. So we're not thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm oxidizing, right? But oxidation is aging, and oxidation is also damaging to our cells. We have 10,000 oxidative hits a day on all of our trillions of cells. If we don't have antioxidants, it creates damage. So that's why you have a certain amount of oxidative stress. You want the same amount of antioxidants to neutralize that. So a good example, just for pictures, is this apple. We cut the apple, all of a sudden oxygen hits it and it starts browning. Well, we add an antioxidant, which is a lemon, to one side and it doesn't brown. Same with, kind of similar concept in our bodies. The antioxidant is the fruits and vegetables. We need fruits and vegetables in abundance because of all the things that are happening in the environment, in our food, and all that stuff. And just normal breathing. So we weren't placed here just to oxidize on this earth. We were placed with antioxidants. We were given that. We just don't eat enough. Okay. So that's antioxidants. That's something I always have to teach on. And then the other thing that fruits and vegetables are great for is vitamins and minerals. Now, growing up, I thought a vitamin was just like vitamin C. Here's your vitamin C, Sharon, my grandmother used to give me. Or when I was pregnant with my first baby, the vitamins made me nauseous. That's all I knew about vitamins. I didn't know when I first heard about this many years ago, like 21 years ago. Vitamins come from fruits and vegetables. So do your minerals, so do phytochemicals, things like that. In a vitamin supplement, you're only getting 30. Okay, 30. And an apple, this is one page of 25 pages of what you get in an apple or papaya or peach or spinach or kale. You get 10,000 nutrients in each fruit or vegetable. So to just take a vitamin supplement and think that you've bridged the gap, we don't have a vitamin deficiency. We have a whole food deficiency. So we need to eat whole foods to bridge that gap. And so a lot of people are trying to fill that gap with a multivitamin. It's just barely scratching the surface of what we actually need. And then they mega dose it, so our body has to work harder to actually make it work. But like in a spinach, that's one of the best sources of calcium is green leafy vegetables. And so not just is there calcium, there's magnesium, there's boron, there's vitamin K, phosphorus, all these things that make the calcium get absorbed and stay absorbed. So it's better to have the whole food, okay? And then there's research showing that isolated vitamins may do more harm than good. If you want to know more about the article or in multiple articles, you just look on Google, you'll find it. So that's why the news isn't that fruits and vegetables are good for you, it's that they're so good they could save your life. They're going to slow the aging process. They bring you the nutrients that make your cells work better. And so this is the American Cancer Society poster. This is what I saw 21 years ago that I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so this is how you prevent cancer. Now, none of us think we're going to get cancer, right? But the statistic is real, 1 in 3 and 1 in 2. So somebody's going to get it. I don't want to be the one. I was like, oh, that's why you need to eat fruits and vegetables. This poster from American Cancer Society used to say, don't smoke, watch for fast growing moles, things like that. This is eat more fruits and vegetables and eat the variety. Okay, so that's why it's important to go to the produce section and spend a lot of time there and grab things, even if you don't want to eat them. Have blueberries before you eat the chocolate cake. If you're going to eat the chocolate cake, still offset that, by having fruits and vegetables as much as you can. So this is me, my before and after picture. I was 32 with my first baby. I told you about Matthew. Knew nothing about nutrition, saw the best odds diet in the pregnancy book and thought, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And so I did the best I could. But after that, a friend of mine shared with me a simple change, and then we've made a lot of changes since then. So the bottom picture, I'm 40. So 8 years later, I think I look a lot better because I'm less inflamed, I'm healthier, and you know what? Health shows. Health really does show. And the baby's more alert. People are always pointing that out. Anyway, so that's just my before and after. That was the only one I could find from way back because I just kept having babies. So I have 3 babies, as you saw earlier. So what happened was my friend told me about Juice Plus. And it made sense because I was learning about fruits and vegetables, and there was no way I was going to eat so many fruits and vegetables. I'm not one of those really healthy eaters. And so Juice Plus is a lifesaver for me. I was always getting on antibiotics. I had hacking coughs. I had allergy medicines, all kinds of things. I was called medical girl at one point. I won't say from who, but it's true. Anyway, the orchard blend or fruit blend has acerola cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, prune. In the fruit blend, you take 2 of those. And then you take 2 vegetable blend, beet, broccoli, rice bran, cabbage, lemon peel, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato. And then in the berry blend, which finishes the rainbow, you get artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, Concord grape, pomegranate, and raspberry. Now, if you even tried to just buy all those berries, it would cost a fortune. Trust me, I've tried. Or you don't find them. So Michelle's going to share with us her journey learning about Juice Plus. For me, I'll just say I'm so much healthier. My kids are healthier. I think I said that. So I'm going to turn it over to Michele here. I'm going to add you to the spotlight or no, replace. There we go. Go ahead, Michele.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Sharon. So this picture in the top left corner when my kids were young, well, I guess we were too, um, was about the time I heard about Juice Plus, and I think my story kind of began when right before I had kids, in fact, and they were about 5 and 6 at this time. A friend of mine lost her 3-year old to cancer, and that just of course it was devastating for everybody. And then fast forward, I have these kids and I'm like, I'm just basically a paranoid mother, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep them healthy? What can I do? And I really started looking into all the things that I could do, because we do that as parents, right? We're like, okay, they're supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, we feed them fruits and vegetables. And so I really but I really was always, even though we were really actually very healthy at the time, I was still kind of on a quest because I had this fear in my heart. And so when I heard, well, first of all, in my research, it all kept coming back to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, like that cancer poster that Sharon shared. Really, I had seen that and that impacted me. And then if I looked at any site like the American Heart Association, diabetes, cancer, you pick it, it all said the same thing: eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So anyway, when I heard about Juice Plus, it made sense, and it had the research to back up that it really was what it said it was. And so that was about 18 years ago. These are my kids, my one son's girlfriend. I just have the two boys, but they're 23 and 24 here. And I've got to say, through that time, we stayed really, really healthy. And I noticed, thinking back, that when they were in high school, they weren't perfect eaters. I mean, we're not perfect, like Sharon talked about. We're not perfect, and that's why I think we love this concept of bridging the gap. But their skin stayed really, really nice as well, which I remember thinking, that's really kind of unusual. So I knew that the Juice Plus really made a difference in that. And of course, putting in 30 fruits and veg every day, it kind of makes sense that that would happen. And I said that we were pretty healthy, but one thing that I noticed also was I did have seasonal allergies, and I was pretty dang allergic to cats. Like, my eyes would swell up if I was around a cat. And what I noticed about a year or so into this was, wow, I'm not having to take those drugs anymore, and I can touch and pet cats and my eyes won't swell up. And that's just evidence of a very strong immune system. So as we were aging, our immune systems were actually getting stronger. And isn't that what we all want, especially where we find ourselves today? So um, that I don't know. Yeah, there we go. And this is something that I love about our company is that we really want families to be healthy, because our kids are our futures, right? And this health study, I had my kids on this health study. When somebody goes on Juice Plus, they can sponsor a child between 4 and a full-time undergrad college student, because we know we know the college students are the best eaters, right? Not, but what we've seen happen is, and I'm not going to read you guys all of these things, but one of the ones that impressed me so much is that 56% of these kids, we found, when they were getting all this nutrition from all these fruits and veg from Juice Plus, because that's all it is food, right? Is 56% were taking fewer over the counter and or prescription drugs. And oh my gosh, I mean, isn't that incredible? And of course, missing less school, which is apparent, especially through the times of COVID, where people have been homeschooling. They really appreciate that less days missed from school, right? And then, of course, eating more fruits and vegetables, just because of that metabolic programming. And I've experimented with this, Sharon. If I eat a lot of potato chips, I know this that I crave more potato chips. And what we really found was, when we, just by getting this in our bodies every day from the Juice Plus, we actually started craving more food. I remember my 8-year-old asking me one night for a salad, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. How do you say no to that, right? So okay, and the complete shakes, these are, this is something else that impresses me about the Juice Plus company. Company's like 50 years old. Juice Plus has been on the market close to 30 years. And in all that time, think about it, vegan, non-GMO, you know, no pesticides, no herbicides, all those things that we've come to know about more and more really in the most recent years. And to think that you can get something that is even safe for pregnant women, cancer patients, diabetics. And how great is that? Something that stabilizes the blood sugar. And I know I use this when my kids were going to do any kind of those state testings and things. I always made sure they had a complete shake in them that morning, not like a bagel or something, because this kept their blood sugars nice and steady and allowed their brains to work better and function better. And as a huge bonus is they taste great. And when we think about broccoli sprouts, radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, chickpea powder, millet, quinoa, amaranth, pea protein, rice protein, water wash soy, which is like basically squeezing edamame mushrooms. It sounds terrible, doesn't it? But it tastes so good. So we still use it, and it's my go-to when I'm traveling, especially when I get home from a fun vacation, to know that it's something that gets me back on track again. And you can do a lot of things with it. We have cookbooks too that you can make pancakes with it. So you can make a healthy pancake, right? What could be better than that? And then the omegas. This is a newer um, product in our product line, and you once again, it's all food, and it's fishless omegas. And I think most people know that omegas are really important for their heart, brain, joints, skin, eyes. In fact, a lot of people will pinprick these and put them on their skin because it's great for your skin. It's great if you have a scar and you want that to heal more quickly, and it's safe to do that. And plant-based, sustainable. When you think about fish, um, it's just not sustainable. And I don't know about you guys, but you hear, right, about how a lot of the fish that you can get nowadays is high in mercury or a lot of toxins. And they're probably not using the best quality of fish, I would think, in most fish oils. And you have those fishy burps, right? So what is great about these is they bypass the fish. Think about fish. Where do they get their omegas from, right? They eat the algae, and that's where they get their omegas. And so for us, you really can bypass the fish to get the healthy omegas. And the research that's been coming out has been showing that you're getting a higher level of those healthy omegas in half the time from this Juice Plus plant-based omega. So once again, great for people that are vegans because it's 100% vegan, and they can't do that with their fish oils.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I transitioned us. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle. I love hearing somebody else explain it and add their story too. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing from Michelle. We have a whole community of thousands of people. Plus, we have customers who use Juice Plus to bridge the gap. So now you've learned a little bit. You've learned about the trio blend, fruits, veggies, berries, that will provide your micronutrients, your vitamins, minerals, enzymes, live enzymes, because we're live. We want live food. So we don't want to eat so much dead food that doesn't really invigorate us, okay? And then we've got the omega, which Michelle just added to, and that's really good for all those systems. But also, we get a lot of fat in our diet, but not necessarily the good fat. This is a way to get the good fat. And then the complete, I can't say enough about the complete. I mean, I live off of it. I've had it for breakfast pretty much almost every day for decades, and you don't get sick of it. And it's so true what she said. If you put it on a plate, those ingredients, I would never eat it. But in a chocolate smoothie, it tastes delicious. You're gonna have to try that. Anyway, so this is all meant to be tools to bridge the gap between what we might be eating and what we should be eating, which I don't eat all that every day, all those fruits and vegetables. And a lot of people don't. So, what makes us different, because there are a lot of things out there, a lot of supplements, vitamins, whatever, a lot of ways in which we might try to bridge the gap. And there's even like drinks, green drinks, things like that. So, those are pretty expensive, I have to say, those green drinks. People are looking for a way to bridge the gap. somehow. So the best way is to have a whole food product. So Juice Plus, number one, if you look at any of your products that you may have looked at, you want to look for a food label. Juice Plus has a food label, and it's like Michele said, no genetically modified ingredients. It's vegan, it's kosher, it's dairy, it's gluten free, and it has been for years. So they were way ahead of the curve before people even thought that was going to be popular or safe. And then it's NSF certified. So sometimes consumer labs will pull things off the shelf and they'll find too much of this, too little of that. Our certification shows that what's on the label is in the product and what's in the product is on the label, nothing more, nothing less. And that's a third party coming in. Whenever you buy a supplement or a food, neither one of those are approved or disapproved by the FDA. The FDA only approves or disapproves medicine. Okay, so you're kind of taking a chance when you're buying certain things if you don't have some way to know it's safe and it's also effective. So Juice Plus checks all the boxes to make sure that it's easy for you to make that decision. So there's a third party making sure there's no herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, mold, bacteria, banned substances. So it's even safe for athletes who they test, to make sure there's no banned substances. And then what I loved, I have a couple master's degrees. One was super heavy in science. So I really loved learning about the science behind Juice Plus. And I thought, this is all real world information. I couldn't believe it. I was learning so much about how our bodies worked through the science of Juice Plus. So Juice Plus is considered the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. And they're not taking like a berry from some place and saying, therefore, because this berry has research, Juice Plus works. No, they're testing Juice Plus on humans at all these different research institutions and medical centers and finding great results. And I'll show you the publications in a minute. They're using gold standard methods, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover studies, which I learned about when I was in my master's degrees, and p-values are good. It's very effective, significant values. And so they use it on pregnant women or ovarian cancer patients, children. So they've already jumped through as many hoops as they needed to prove that it's effective and also safe, or they would never use it on those populations at like University of Mississippi, University of Florida, MD Anderson Cancer Center. Okay, so up at the top, and you won't find that. I just want to say you won't find that at the grocery store, at Whole Foods, at Toonies, at Amazon. You won't find that they have a food label and 42 peer-reviewed medical journals and a safety label. So Juice Plus really stands alone with all that. And so here's the journals at the top, like Journal of Pediatrics, Journal of the American College of Cardiology, all kinds of things where the doctors wanted to test Juice Plus on their patients. And so they found, yes, it helps with cardiovascular wellness. Yes, it reduces inflammation in the body, which is actually a correlator to any disease process. It supports better quality of life for stage 4 ovarian cancer patients. That was proven. Healthier cholesterol, LDL, triglycerides, healthy lung function. This is in smokers they looked at. Who doesn't want better pulmonary function? Supporting healthy skin and gums. People pay a lot of money for better skin. It's all nutrition. I have no makeup on today. It's just you get a healthy glow because you've got microcirculation, you've got skin density thickness happening, and you've got better hydration and those kinds of things. People pay lots of money for, but it's actually proven with Juice Plus. And then better gums. Don't we want our gums to hold our teeth together? That's what they found. So we love that. And then helps to maintain a healthy DNA. Because of oxidative stress, sometimes our DNA gets damaged. Well, every time our cells replicate, the DNA gets just a little bit of damage, and that's what causes major damage over time and disease and also aging. So we want to not have as much strand breakage, and that's what they found with Juice Plus. There's 3 different studies showing less strand breakage. We don't want our strands breaking. Okay, so Dr. Richard Du Bois says there's nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been proven to do what Juice Plus has been proven to do. So that's about Juice Plus and the Omega and the shake. We also have a Tower Garden. So we're all about eating more fruits and vegetables. Eat more plants. Plants are the key to better health, okay? Juice Plus embrace this because you can have non-genetically modified vegetables and herbs on your patio. And also, it's very sustainable, less water, less space. Yield is 3 times faster and 30% more. So we've been using this. We have about 4 tower gardens. I don't know if I put it, no, I didn't put a picture here. But we have 4 tower gardens in our backyard just for fun. You don't need four, but my husband really got into it. It's really a really fun thing for recreation, and it has a nice fountain effect, and it's a way to not have rotten herbs and produce in your refrigerator. That's what I love the most. You can just go outside and get your fresh basil or get your fresh cilantro and jalapenos, any of those things. Lettuce. We've loved it. So Juice Plus is affordable. You know, if you took $2.50 into the grocery store and tried to buy 30 fruits and vegetables or the concentrates, Juice Plus is the concentrates of 30 fruits and vegetables, vine ripened. If you tried to buy vine ripened, it's really hard also. So it's very affordable. It's $75 a month. It's never been on the chopping block for our family because it's not like buying a vitamin or a supplement. It's like buying a better body. You have to think of it that way. And also, people include it in their grocery budget. You know, if you're out buying kale, beets, broccoli, spinach, cranberry, all that, it's going to cost a good amount of money. And if you really want to be healthy, you want to buy fruits and vegetables. So, you know, it's just part of the grocery budget. And then Juice Plus is free for children, like she mentioned. The complete shake is actually one of the healthiest meals you can have in a day. And it has good fiber. So people who want to lose weight or transform, you need fiber, you need plants, you know, and this is a great way to start the day with that. And sometimes we even have two if we're looking for more results or transformations with that. And I just love it. We make bark out of it, like chocolate bark. We make waffles, like she said. We make shakes, smoothies, obviously. So that I can't live without either. The Omega is new. I could live without that one because I was grinding flax seeds before. So my major recommendation for everybody is Trio Blend and the shake once or twice a day. You will see a difference. So those are the things for me. Good nutrition equals good results. Sometimes people are like, what about this disease? What about this disease? What about this disease? All of it can be better helped with good nutrition. You're going to get some kind of results when you finally give your body what it needs to work on itself. So you got to figure concentrated nutrition is going to help your cells detoxify, and also it's going to help your immune system. I don't think that I even mentioned that from the studies, but there's immune system studies. But good nutrition is going to equal good results. And so we consider this a gift that we've been given because it's actually given us more vitality, more life. Without your health, you know, you really don't have a lot. So resources for healthy living, we have lots of cookbooks. Can you imagine the healthiest people using Juice Plus have put together these cookbooks? Like people like me and Michele, where we were in the kitchen hacking, you know, replacements. We have them in cookbooks. So get with the person who invited you for that. We also have a shred program. That's a once a month program. It's for 10 days for those people who want a plan. And that's a whole nother conversation we could send you a video about. And then for Trisha and anyone else, we have videos, like exercise videos online by our Juice Plus people, because we attract a lot of healthcare and exercise enthusiasts. So we have all that. And we have webinars by our healthcare professionals. So if you have a particular interest like adrenal fatigue, diabetes, things like that, we have topical webinars as well. So we invite you to be part of our community in any which way. You know, if you thought of some people who could use this information, we have a recording. We also love to invite anyone who would like to join us into the community. And so I'm going to just call on Michele. Do you have any last words before we go? I'll do a double share. Watch this. I'm going to add spotlight.
Fancy technology.
We're both
Well, you know,
on here. Woo!
I'm kind of passionate about this topic because I originally, like you said, people are looking for ways to bridge a gap. And 18 years ago, we were totally looking for a way. And I think I forgot to say too that in that time when my kids, not until they went to college, but during that time, we were fortunate that because their immune system stayed so nice and strong, not being perfect, but definitely making sure that they got their Juice Plus, they didn't need antibiotics. Now, I'm not saying that that doesn't happen from time to time for people. We were just really fortunate. Then they got smarty pants, went to college, and the first year didn't take their Juice Plus. They both got really sick. And today at 23 and 24, they are believers and they do take it now, which yay. But Sharon and I both came from careers where we were like, we're not looking for anything else. We're busy with families. But we just want to let you know, you can definitely get your Juice Plus at the best possible price and share it with a couple people. That's okay. We have no expectations. We just want to help people get this in their body, afford to be able to keep their families safe and healthy and thriving. And if you want to do a little or you want to do a lot, it's been fortunate for Sharon and I that we were actually able to replace our full-time incomes because we're so passionate about this. It became a mission, not a job, and it still is. I know for both of us. So I just want you guys to feel comfortable that if you want to get it at the best possible price, there's no strings attached. Truly, we mean that. So whether you just help your family get healthy or share it with the few people that you love the most, that's okay too, because we all are making a difference in the world, right? So I think that's just really important.
Thank you, Michelle. And yeah, you just become the point person for people, to get educated yourself and then share this information. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to turn off the recording and you guys can ask any questions if you want.